Hey guys, as my ship out time rolls up, I decided it would be a good idea to go over some things about MEPS and signing my contract that I realized now, closer to ship out, that though I got what I wanted, it could have been better if I'd known these things, and also tips that other people told me as well as recruiters. Basically, this is going to be what to expect when you're going to MEPS and signing your contract. First things first, you need to know that it's your future and it's your enlistment. And if you don't like something and you don't want to do something, you have the right to say no. You can come back another time. You know, I know MEPS sucks and you might not want to go through it again, but you don't want to be stuck 5 years with a job that you don't want. So if that means, taking the test again, studying some more, or coming back to MEPS again, go for it. Don't be afraid to say no. They're not going to do anything to you for saying no. The second thing is just tips that I have would be go in there with confidence and be prepared to be uncomfortable because MEPS is uncomfortable and slightly awkward. So when you go in there, be prepared to be a little tested in your comfort zones and just know that what they're doing is making sure that you're prepared to, be the best of the best and fight for this country. Um, so basically, what your day is going to consist of is, and if for me, I lived close enough to the MEPS. I'm in Florida, so I went to Miami MEPS. That I didn't have to stay in the hotel. Sorry, I'm shaky. I'm doing this on my iPad. Um, so my recruiter just picked me up way early in the morning, like 4 something, maybe 5, and we drove to Miami MEPS and we met outside of MEPS. He took my stuff and I stood there, and the bus got there from the hotel and we stood in a formation, and they gave us a big speech. I can't remember what it was. Mostly just, listen, do what you're told, and yeah, that was about it. The next thing we did is we walked inside and you waited. And then they sent you up to different places. Other people had to take the test. I took the ASVAB separately, so I didn't have to take it there. Yeah, you just go. Then eventually we went upstairs and did a medical examination that took all day. We started in the morning, we took a lunch break, and we finished after lunch. It is long and it is very in depth. They're going to take you in a room and you're going to do a questionnaire, which is going to have things about your past health, all that kind of stuff. It's like a yes and no bubble sheet kind of thing. And they're going to give you this big speech about how you can be fined and sent to jail if you lie, and they're going to try and scare the shit out of you is what they're going to do, just so that you click or bubble in yes on something, because they want to eliminate as much as they possibly can. One thing my recruiter said is to remember no means Navy opportunity and yes means your enlistment stops. Don't think too hard about things. My recruiter said that one of his people didn't get in because on the question it was, have you ever been depressed? And when he was a young child, his grandma died and he had depression then, and he said he had depression, and they canceled his enlistment. So just, be logical when you're filling the things out. Don't lie, but don't like, oh, maybe I had this and put it down. But if you have asthma, you gotta put down you have asthma, that kind of stuff. Don't blatantly lie, but don't put down things that really aren't necessary. They're gonna do that the very first, and then all the different branches go at one time. And for me, there was one other female, and there were about 6 guys. And we went in the waiting room of, it's like a doctor's office. And we went in the waiting room, and we sat, and then we went sorry, my mom's texting me. We went into the different rooms. You had to, don't pee before you go in, because you have to pee in a cup. And not only do you have to pee in the cup, they watch you pee in the cup. So you gotta go. So don't, drink a bunch of water the night before, and then don't go to the bathroom until you get there, because you want to get that over with, because they will wait for you. And it's really hard to pee in a cup when someone is staring at you peeing. It makes it really hard to go. So make sure you drink a lot of water and be prepared to pee in a cup. They're also going to take blood and test you for drugs, alcohol, pregnancy, that kind of stuff. Same with the pee test. They're going to check your eyes And I mean, be careful of the doctors. They're kind of assholes. They're basically like trying to. Oh, it's like they're trying to talk you out of it, but not really. I think they're just trying to see like if you really have the guts for it, and if they can get you to quit, then they don't want you to go to boot camp, kind of thing. Like they don't want to scare you out of it, but they do. So I know the eye doctor was like an asshole, but at the end I felt good about what I wanted to do, and so then um, they check your eyes, and then you go and you check your hearing, and then females and males are separated, and they go into a doctor's room, and then they get checked head to toe. I mean, like stripped down, you're checked head to toe. For the females, we didn't have to do any crazy like squats or anything like that, but I heard the guys did. They were complaining about that. But be prepared for that kind of stuff. I mean, they check all of you, so if you've never been to a gynecologist before, be prepared. They then take your height, weight, and body fat measurements. For me, I'm borderline. I've always been borderline. I'll have another video talking about how to stay ready to go, especially if you have a slow metabolism and a thicker body. Other than that, it was pretty simple. It just took a long time because there was a lot of us. They did a psychological examination. They asked you, why you wanted to join the Navy, what you were interested in, or why you wanted to join the military. It's really for any branch, just I specifically joined Navy, so my stuff's oriented around Navy, I guess. So then if you passed MEPS, which all of us did, we went downstairs, you wait in a waiting room, and then there's the different offices, and then you go into each office that is coordinated with, which branch you're joining. So like I went into the Navy office, and this is where you sign your contract and pick your job. I was lucky enough that I scored very, very high on the ASVAB, so I didn't really have to worry about which choices were open to me or not. So I went in there knowing what I wanted. I wanted to weld, and I didn't want to be stuck in a boat welding. So I told the woman that first they check you in, they do your thumbprint, you sign things with your thumbprints and signatures, but mostly your thumbprints now. So we did that, and then I went to a desk with a lady, and she asked me what I was interested in doing, and I said I was interested in welding, and she brought out this one job that sounded pretty good, but my recruiter had told me on the way there that don't pick that job because it's welding the sewage lines and things like that in the boat. So I asked if there were any other welding options. I wasn't interested in that job. And she printed out a couple more for me, and of that I found the one that I really, really wanted to do, which is SW, Steelworker, and it's in a CB unit, and I found that it was perfect for me, and I said yes on that one. I read through my contract before I signed it. Be sure you do that. I was in JRTC in high school, so I got to be an E3. If you have certain college credits, if you had JRTC, things like that, you can go up to E3, or if you've gotten other people to join while you're in the DEPS program, you can do that later on. I'll talk about that a little later in another video, but basically that's, you go through which rank you have, which job you want, you make sure it gets put in your contract. I volunteered for an extra year because of my job, so my contract is 5 years long. So yeah, that's basically how MEPS goes. You sign your stuff, and then at the end of that, you all get together once everybody's signed and everybody's waivers are done with. Mine was really simple. Simple because I don't have any legal troubles and I don't have any tattoos, so I didn't need any waivers for anything, and I just graduated high school. I was in high school when I signed. I turned 18 back in September, and I signed while I was in high school. So I signed during September of my senior year, and I ship out July 8th, which is just in about a week. It was really simple. If you have things like tattoos and legal issues, make sure you get the waivers before you go in. Talk to your recruiters about that, because if you don't, it just holds up the time, especially if you move around a lot and have legal, police files on you in other states. They will find those, and you need to make sure that all of that has waivers, anything like that. It speeds up the process, and then when everybody's done, you go into a room. By the time we were done, there was only 5 of us that signed. 4 of us, 3 boys and then myself, and I was the only one that signed Navy. So by the end of the day, we had 8 people, 6 boys, 2 females, and at the end of the day, we had 4 signing. So, we we did our swearing in, which is where you go like this, and then yeah, they give you a speech that you say. You just listen to what they say and copy it. We fell in, so if you've ever done JRTC before, it's good to know drill. You're gonna be doing that, and then you swear, and then the recruiter came and picked me up and dropped me back off at home, and that's basically what meps is like and signing your contract. Things you need to be aware of is it's gonna be a long day. So be prepared for that. Make sure you drink a lot of water the night before. Go in there with confidence, knowing what you want. Don't accept anything that you don't want, because that's your life and it's your future. Remember, no means Navy opportunity. Yes means your enlistment stops. Yeah, stay calm and congratulations. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.